Every year at the Kentucky Derby, there seems to be a wise guy horse. That horse that is working out, looks great. Derby week made a very strong impression both in his breezes and in his daily gallops or jogging on the racetrack in front of the world. A lot of smart people, a lot of clockers, a lot of people paying attention. Last year it was Animal Kingdom who went on to win the Kentucky Derby at a big price. This year it seemed like the wise guy horse was a son of Scat Daddy named Daddy Knows Best. Daddy Knows Best won his two starts coming into the Kentucky Derby this year, winning the El Camino Real Derby at Golden Gate Fields on a Tapeta synthetic track, and then going to Sunland Park in New Mexico where he won the Sunland Derby. Both of those races are Grade 3 events, the highest level at which he had won in his career. It took him a few races to win as a 2-year-old, and then he ran in the Summer Stakes at Woodbine and in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf at Churchill Downs where he finished 6th. I didn't go for the hype on Daddy Knows Best. I just didn't think a horse coming out of those two particular races, the El Camino Real Derby at Golden Gate Fields and then the Sunland Park Derby, was really the kind of resume that you needed to win the Kentucky Derby. True enough, Mind That Bird came out of Sunland Park a few years ago, but Mind That Bird was a very good 2-year-old in Canada, winning stakes up there. This was a completely different kind of a thing. When Daddy Knows Best ran 10th in the Kentucky Derby, I thought, well, that's about right. He split the field. Not a bad horse, but just not up to what you really need to win the Kentucky Derby. He came out of the race a question mark as far as whether or not he would go on to the Preakness. And early in the week of the Preakness, Steve Asmussen's owners said, indeed, they are going to run. When an owner says he's going to run in the Preakness, and you don't hear a lot from the trainer, I think that often means that maybe it's the owners that want to go in the race and not necessarily the trainer. I don't know if that's the case here with Daddy Knows Best. But I look at it, he was 15-1 in the Kentucky Derby. I think he should have been 30-1 based on what he had done to date. He'll be probably 12 to 15-1 in the Preakness Stakes. I think he'll be very lucky to hit the board. He just doesn't seem to fit in with the horses that are coming out of the Derby that finished ahead of him. It would take a big improvement for Daddy Knows Best to make much of an impact in Saturday's Preakness Stakes.